So what is inheritance? When encapsulation is the first mechanism in object-oriented programming, the second fundamental object-oriented mechanism is inheritance. Okay, this allow descendant of a class to inherit all its members, element, and methods from its ancestor as well as creates its own. These descendants are known as subclasses. A class's immediate parent is called as superclass. In Java, a special keyword extend is used to implement this mechanism. So as we all know, Java is a pure object-oriented language. Everything we need to write inside the class, and we need to create an object of that class to access the data element and methods defined in the class. So class is nothing but the entity in the Java. So what is inheritance? Inheritance is a mechanism through which one entity can inherit the properties of another entity. If some general class is there, then we can create a special class known as subclass to inherit the properties of base class or superclass. Okay, so for example, this slide is visible, I think. This is inheritance concept. Is inheritance is nothing but a biological term, is a biological term. Okay, student. So single inheritance, can you see the single inheritance? Then single inheritance is nothing but single inheritance means suppose child inherit the properties of one of the parent. So this is nothing but your single inheritance. And multiple inheritance means what? Multiple inheritance means if child inherit the properties of both of the parent. So this is the example of multiple inheritance. So hope you understand the meaning of inheritance. Inheritance means what? Child is a biological term. So child inherit the properties of its parent, right? So maybe the single parent or maybe the multiple inheritance will be there. Okay, so we are having different types of inheritance. So there are some terms which we can use in inheritance for Java program. Okay, the first term is superclass. You can see if superclass is there. Superclass is a class that is inherited is called a superclass. So superclass is nothing but the base class, is a root of the hierarchy. Okay, and some other classes are there which inherit the properties of superclass. So superclass is nothing but some general class. Okay, and you are having subclass then. So what is subclass? Subclass that does inherited is known as subclass. So subclass inherit the properties of superclass. So subclasses are the special class which inherit the properties of the superclass. So I can say subclass is more generalized than superclass. So for example, you can see here one example is there. Vehicle, say vehicle is one of the class. You write one vehicle class. So this is your superclass, and I write two more class over here, that is car and truck. So what is car and truck? These are the general class and which inherit the properties of the vehicle class. So here car and truck are nothing but the subclasses of base class or superclass vehicle. So car and truck are having some special features than vehicle. Means car and truck inherit the properties of vehicle class, as well as car and truck are having some special data elements and methods defined inside that class. And all the methods and members of vehicle class is also inherited by car and truck. Again, one more level of inheritance is there. I write vegan class over here. So what is vegan? Vegan is more generalized class of superclass car, right? So this is one hierarchy. Vehicle inherit car, car inherit vegan, right? So this is multi-level inheritance. This branch, if you can say this branch, this is nothing but a multi-level inheritance, student. So I want to show you multi-level inheritance. It is from vehicle to car and car to wagon. This is multi-level single inheritance. Likewise, the second branch you can see here. Second branch is vehicle to truck, truck to fire truck. This branch. This is again the example of multi-level single inheritance. Okay. So why we are using inheritance is Java. The reason of using inheritance is reusability. So what is reusability? Reusability, it is the mechanism which facilitates you to reuse the data and methods of existing class when one create a new class. And one can use the same data and methods already defined in the previous class. So we can use the code written in superclass in subclass. Means no need to repeat the same code again and again if the subclass inherit the properties of superclass. So this is the basic concept or basic motive behind the inheritance. So hope everybody understand the definition of inheritance. If not, then please unmute yourself and ask your doubt. Am I audible? Yes, Divya, please reply. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so hope everybody understand the meaning of superclass, subclass, and single inheritance and multi-level single inheritance. So how we can write inheritance in Java? There is some syntax to writing inheritance. The extend keyword is used. Extends, EXTENDS. This is the keyword is used to define a new class that derived from the existing class. The meaning of extend is to increase the functionality. So how you can write the extend keyword and how you can write subclass in your Java program? This is the syntax. Okay, student. This syntax is very, very important of writing subclass. That is class. Class is a keyword. And then you need to write the name of the subclass. And then you need to write the extends. So what is extends over here? Extends is a keyword, and after that you need to write the name of the superclass. Means you are creating one subclass which extends, which inherit the properties of some superclass. For example, in the previous slide, if I want to create car, then what is the code for writing this in Java? You need to write class and then name of the class is car, extends, and name of the superclass, that is vehicle. Okay, and after that in curly braces you need to define that class, whatever class you want to define. So hope you understand this syntax, how to write subclass. Okay, any doubt, then please ask a student. This slide is properly visible to all of you. If not, then please let me know. So this is the simplest example of simple inheritance. So simple inheritance, for suppose you are having 2D point and you derive one more class, that is 3D point. So 2D point is your superclass and 3D point is a subclass which inherit the properties of 2D point. Okay, so what is the special in 3D point? 3D point is a subclass, means whatever data member and methods you define in 2D point is also accessible in 3D point, because 3D point is a subclass which inherit the properties of superclass 2D point. So if you can see the right hand side code, I write class point 2D and in the curly braces I define that class. So name of your class is point 2D, right? So point 2D is having two data member X and Y, and type of that data member is integer. Okay, and write one method void display. So void display is one method. Inside this method, I'm writing simple system.out.println and I'm printing the value of x and y. So what is there in class point 2D? Two data member. Okay, student, two data members are there, which of type integer and one method display. So hope you understand point 2D class, all of you. Now I write one more class, that is 3D point 3D. So how can I write class point 3D? And what I want that my point 3D class is a subclass which inherit the properties of base class point 2D. How can I write it? Class point 3D, and I use keyword extends, extends, and name of the base class, that is point 2D. ये 3 नहीं है, 3 wrong है. You write point 2D. Okay. So this is a syntax for writing inheritance. So using this line, what you understand, you are writing one class that is point 3D, which extends the properties of superclass point 2D. Okay. And in the curly braces, what happened? Whatever data member and function defined in superclass is also visible in point 3D class, because point 3D is a subclass which inherit the properties of 2D class. Means what? The data member x and y is also visible over here. This x comma y is also visible in a class point 3D. Okay. And again, this display method defined in point 2D is also visible in point 3D. So what code I am writing in a point 3D? I declare one more variable, that is int z. Why this? Because this class is for 3D point, right? So I need to declare 3 variable. So x and y is already defined in point 2D. So no need to define x and y over here. You directly define z. Okay. You can directly define z over here. So many students are giving me the wait, student. I need to join your friends. So student, what happened in 3D point subclass? To define one more variable, that is z variable, and I'm writing display method again, that is void display, and I'm printing what? System.out.println the values of x, y, and z. So what is the special over here in display function? The name of the display function, data type, and number of argument is same as in the display method defined in point 2D. So what I'm doing over here, this is nothing but the method overriding. Method overriding means in a subclass, I'm overriding the definition of display method defined in superclass. So overriding, if you're writing overriding method, then the return type, name of the method, and number of argument will remain same. So what is the change in overriding? Whatever you write, whatever you define in curly braces is going to change. So what happened in base class or in the super class, you are just printing the value of x and y, if you can see here, right? Let me see. Here in the super class, I'm printing the value of x and y using display function. But in subclass, same method, display method, I'm redefining. This is nothing but overriding. And what I'm displaying over here is I'm displaying the value of x, y, and z. So this is nothing but overriding. And suppose instead of writing display in point 2D, I write display 1. Suppose I change the name of the function, display 1. So what happened here? Display 1, and here I'm write in subclass, I write what? Display 2. Display 2 student. So what happened? Point 3D is a subclass which access all the data members and method defining point 2D, means two data members x and y, and display 1 is also visible to the point 3D class. Okay, and one more method is there, that is void display 2. So point 3D indirectly is having how many data members? 3 data members, that is x, y, z, and 2 method, that is display 1, which you can inherit from point 2D, and one more method, that is display 2. Okay student, so this is nothing but just a little introduction of overriding method. Okay, if you write the same name, that say display here and here, then this is nothing but the overriding. So hope you understand the meaning. And this is the simplest example of single inheritance. Okay, so anybody is having some doubt, then please ask. And how you can use these classes? I declare one class point 2D, and then I declare one more class as is 3D. And if I want to display the value, I want to use the display method, then how can I use? The student, can anybody reply?
First, we have to make object, then we can call.
Yes, can you please repeat?
First, we have to make object of that class, and then we can call that function.
Yes, how you can create an object?
The name of the class and the variable name, and then equal to, then new keyword.
Okay.
And
Wait.
yeah.
In which class you need to make the object? You need to create object of the class?
Class 3D.
Class
Point
3D.
3D. Yeah.
Okay. So is there any other option? Can you write third class for this?
Sorry, ma'am, I didn't get the
Can you
question.
can you create another class for accessing point 2D and 3D?
Yes, we can.
Okay, very good. What's your name?
Nilesh.
Nilesh. See, just kindly mute yourself, Nilesh. So student, what happens? Suppose I want to use the data member and function defined in point 2D and 3D. So one way is to, you just write void main function in 3D class, and you can create an object and you can use it. Otherwise, you can create third class, and in that third class, you need to create you need to write void main function, and inside void main function, you need to create an object, and you can use the data member and method defined in the subclass and superclass. Okay, student. So one important point in Java is you must write one class inside which you need to write the void main function, because execution of a program start with the main method. Okay. So let us discuss about the types of inheritance first. So you are having single inheritance. Single inheritance means what? Subclass inherit the properties of superclass. So only one subclass is there and which inherit the properties of superclass. So whatever example we discuss over here, 3D inherit the properties of 2D. This is nothing but the example of single inheritance. And what is multiple single inheritance? Multiple single inheritance means what? You are having only single superclass and multiple subclass. Means here I write three subclass, that is subclass 1, subclass 2, subclass 3. Maybe n number of classes are there. Okay, n number of subclasses are there which inherit the properties of superclass. So this is nothing but multiple single inheritance. Okay, now next you are having multi-level single inheritance. So multi-level single inheritance means what? You are having one superclass and you write one subclass. That subclass inherit the property of superclass, and you are having one more subclass, that is subclass 2, which inherit the properties of subclass 1. Likewise, you are having say another subclass, that is subclass 3, okay, which inherit the properties of subclass 2. Likewise, n number of subclasses are there. So this is nothing but multi-level single inheritance. So hope you understand what is single inheritance, multiple single inheritance, and multi-level single inheritance. Next type of inheritance, we are having multiple inheritance. Multiple, this is only multiple, and this one is multiple single inheritance. Okay, so what is multiple inheritance? Multiple inheritance, you are having more than one superclass. More than one superclass are there, and one subclass inherit the properties of more than one superclass. So this is nothing but multiple inheritance. So what happen in single inheritance? Multiple single inheritance and multi-level single inheritance, you are having only one superclass or only one subclass, and maybe more than one subclasses are there. But in case of multiple inheritance, you are having multiple superclass, maybe 2, 3 or n number of superclasses are there, and subclass inherit the properties of more than one superclass. So this is nothing but multiple inheritance. Okay, and the fifth category is hybrid inheritance. So hybrid is a combination of above four, means you are having say superclass and two subclasses, subclass 1 and subclass 2 is there, which inherit the properties of the superclass. So this is nothing but your multiple single inheritance. Okay, this one is nothing but your multiple single inheritance. And again, I am writing one more subclass, that is subclass 3, which inherit the properties of two subclasses, subclass 1 and subclass 2. So this one, this lower part is an example of multiple inheritance. So hybrid means, as the name suggests, is a hybrid, is a combination of either single, multiple single inheritance, multi-level single inheritance, and multiple inheritance. So these are the 5 types of inheritance. So hope everybody understands the types of inheritance. If you have any doubt, then please ask. You can unmute yourself and ask. So this concept is very, very important, student. If you are not able to understand, then please ask your doubt. Okay, so this slide is visible, I think. So single inheritance, multiple inheritance, and multi-level single inheritance is supported by Java language. You can write a Java code for single inheritance, multiple single inheritance, and multi-level single inheritance. Okay, these 3 types of inheritance is supported by Java, but the last 2, that is multiple inheritance and hybrid inheritance, we cannot write a code for multiple inheritance and hybrid inheritance in Java. Okay, So Java is very user friendly language. So multiple inheritance and hybrid inheritance is not supported by Java. It's somewhat complex thing. Although the Java is pure object oriented language, but you cannot write a code using multiple inheritance and hybrid inheritance. This mechanism is absent in Java, but you can write the same code in C++. C++ is again object oriented language. So you can write multiple inheritance and hybrid inheritance in case of C++. So I can say one important thing regarding Java, Java is more simpler than C++ because it support only the simple type of inheritance, that is single inheritance, multiple inheritance and multi-level single inheritance. Okay, student, hope you understand this point. If not, then please ask your doubt. If you have any doubt, then please ask. Okay, student. So what we are going to study in inheritance, we are going to write some code using single inheritance. After that, we are going to write a program using multiple single inheritance and then multi-level single inheritance. That's all. Okay.